Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you all had a great and safe spring break. I did, which was really great. So now I'm ready to get back into the groove of things, finish off the semester strong. So looking forward to that. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty great, just getting back into the groove of doing schoolwork and practicing and stuff. So yeah, other than that, just been chilling, been doing pretty great. What have I been doing lately? Not much, really, other than the normal stuff like schoolwork and practicing and all that. So yeah. What are modern paintings, poetry, and music like? So overall, I feel like all these aesthetics with the modern era are definitely more abstract and just overall more vibrant and different than that of what we saw in the Romantic era. Um, I think, I guess like in talking about painting specifically, um, like in romantic era, I thought personally like they started incorporating a lot of more like vibrant colors, and they started introducing maybe like a little bit of abstractness but nothing too crazy. But then now in the modern era, I feel like they just like took that concept and like push it up like a million times, like 100%, and they definitely did like a lot of like abstract works of art, incorporating different kinds of like shapes and figures, like stuff that'll make you like kind of like think like, what is this person trying to tell me? What are they trying to convey? You know. So that's what I think a lot. I think that also with like the music too, introducing, lots of different groups of like instruments that you would normally not see, like I guess like playing together on like a certain piece. A lot of discord, a lot of kind of I guess giving you a sense of uneasiness perhaps when listening to it. Yeah. How are they different? Yeah, they're just overall more abstract. I felt like the romantic era, especially more like on the music side of things, like it definitely introduced a more darker tone, a more kind of somber kind of feel for things. But now I think like modern era, it takes a lot of like the aspects of like classical music and romantic music and like combines it to make even more disjunct and discord content for people to hear. So that's just my take on it. I don't know if all of you feel the same way, but that's how I feel about it. It's just really, I think that's what makes it really, really interesting to look at and try to like delve into and digest as much as you can. Um, so, what were some modern works that stood out to me? So, there was one painting that stood out to me. Let me try to get it out. So, one painting that stood out to me, it's titled The Temptation of St. Anthony by Salvador Dali. And the thing that just like makes it stick out to me the most is like you have these horses and like their legs are just super elongated, and some of them are carrying like buildings and like certain statues, and then you just see a guy at the bottom and he's holding up a cross. I guess it's like sins, like like they're like sins. That's why it's called like temptations. Like they're trying to tempt him, and I guess he's just like warding it off. So I just find that really, really interesting how it's portrayed. So yeah, um, there was one piece of music that stood out to me from the modern era, and it's the "No One to No One" by Akio, and just about that, just the use of like all these like different like percussion instruments, and of course like the person singing. It kind of makes you feel a little bit uneasy. Like I don't feel like there's really any like tonal center with this piece. It's kind of just really abstract and really like atonal. A lot of maybe like um chromatic notes, chromatic like melodic lines, stuff like that. Um and then I guess like that just fitting into I guess music of that time too. They definitely introduced a lot more like chromaticism, and like I said a couple times before, like a lot of disjunct, a lot of discord. So yeah, that one stood out to me. I wasn't really expecting to hear that when I clicked it. So it was really intriguing, and it just got me thinking like, okay, this is really really interesting to listen to. Did I like all of the visual art, poetry, music that I encountered? Yeah, overall I did. I wasn't really too like intrigued and fascinated by the poetry because honestly, I felt like it kept a lot of the same qualities as the Romantic era. Probably just, like with like different concepts and stuff because it was more modern, a different century. But I mean, I thought that was all right. The art was definitely interesting to look at and seeing like its abstractness and seeing how the use of different colors and shapes can like change your interpretation and of how you feel about the artwork. And then the music was just really interesting in that it introduces just more like discord and all like the chromaticism and stuff, and nothing's like extremely like too happy and bright. Like everything is kind of like a beautiful mess if you want to describe it like that. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool overall. It was really interesting to look at everything. um I feel like I wouldn't listen to like modern music, especially like at least like the examples I listen to like on a daily basis. um Looking back, I think I definitely like a lot of like the romantic music more, just given like it has like those darker sense of tones and like there is like somewhat of like a tonal center that's still being kept. Whereas yeah, modern music it still like has that, but I feel like sometimes at a little less level. So yeah, but that's just my opinion. I mean, and I try to describe it as best I could how I feel about it. So yeah. But no, other than that, that's pretty much how I feel about this whole modern aesthetics. So yeah, I'm excited to see your all's videos and see what you think about all this. So see you later. Stay safe.